vai inte Palo Santo.
Welcome back to Sherry, It's a Process. Hi, I'm A.
Hi, I'm M.
How are you?
I'm going off on like 5 hours of sleep, and I don't think it was a very good idea.
Yeah.
I'm
I would
regretting
agree.
my choices. So I think this will make sense. I think that will make it make sense, but my hopes are also not very high, I'm not gonna lie. Also, quick side note, I got braces on Tuesday, and they're like the Invisalign braces, and it's just on the bottom, so if I have a slight lisp,
I thought you were going to take them out.
I apologize. Well, no, I didn't want to take them out because I'm supposed to be wearing them all the time, and I eat too much, so I take them out too often anyway. No, so I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. If our editor says that it's too bad and like it's annoying, I'll take them out. But you're just gonna have to deal with it for this episode. So that was my side note. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I've been chilling with the cat. I had a wonderful weekend with my girlies. Had a
Hey,
girls'
that was
weekend.
me.
Yeah.
I was
Had a girls.
included.
I know, for once.
Ouch!
No, it was
Damn.
really, I actually really enjoyed it because I have a
I'm
big
glad.
friend group and there's lots of boys in it. And it felt really good to just be girls and have that kind of shift in
I know. It was lovely.
in energy, if that makes any sense.
Yes, I agree. It was really nice. We had a lovely weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm good. But it's also been nice to be back with my boyfriend and kind of getting back into the routine.
Yeah, I get that. That's good. So you're good. Wow.
Yeah, I
I
think both
think
of
we
us.
just need to go into pocket magic.
Take it away, pocket magic.
Anyway,
Pocket magic.
today I brought the pocket magic, and today's pocket magic is a meditation that I actually learned about or got to know in Marrakesh a couple weeks ago. It's called Kirtan Kriya, and it's a meditation. You sit down and you chant a specific chant, but or you say it, chant, say, whatever. And the special thing about it is that you will also be moving your fingers as you go. And the idea is that every time you say each syllable, you touch your thumb to a corresponding finger. So as an example, the first part of the chant is sa, ta, na, ma. And you put thumb and index finger together. Ta, thumb and middle finger. Na is ring finger and thumb. And ma is pinky finger and the thumb. And you kind of keep doing that in order. And then the chant, why are you laughing?
Because of pink finger.
Pinky finger, sorry. This is gonna be a whole thing. Anyway, and the chant goes sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hum. And it's really, really wonderful. And there's actually research out there from Harvard and 1-2 other research papers where I'm also going to link them, but basically where they've been studying Kundalini, because this is coming from Kundalini Yoga, and they've been studying not just Kundalini Yoga, but also this specific Kriya. And the research has shown that which I will link, but the research has shown that it can improve cognition, reduce Alzheimer's disease, reduce dementia, changing cerebral blood flow, improving sleep, improving memory, reducing stress, lowering anxiety, decreasing depression, improving psychological well-being, downregulating inflammatory genes, upregulate immune system genes, improving insulin, glucose regulatory genes, increasing telomerase, reducing pain, helping in PTSD patients, help in mild cognitive impairment patients, improving quality of life, and improving concentration were the therapeutic effects that were all found.
Wow, that's intense.
Yes, it's a lot.
So basically, you should really do this. It will save your life.
Yes.
Okay, not that dramatic, but it could help quite a bit.
So it's called, well, it is that dramatic though, because it's called Kirtan Kriya, but the other name for it is self-healing meditation. And that's literally what the song that I will be linking that goes with this, that you can like chant and talk to and do it to, is called, it's like self-healing meditation. Yes, and I will just link all of that, and it's wonderful. I've been doing it since Morocco as well, and I do feel better the days I do it. I didn't do it today, which is a bit of a mistake. I'm going to do it later today. Yeah, but I think that you, need to be doing this as well, by the way. I will be pushing you, and we can also do it together if you want.
Okay, if we do it together, we can.
Yes, this one is a really, really good one, and it helps a lot. And I've also been going through my health issues lately, so this is one that I also need to really be on top of and do regularly. And I love the fact that like Harvard has been researching into Kundalini yoga and how good it is. Specifically, this research paper that I have linked has to do with Harvard looking into Kundalini yoga in PTSD patients and how it has improved their well-being and their health, and reduced like all the symptoms of PTSD, which is pretty cool. So I'll link it, have a look at it. It's fascinating stuff. Okay, that was it. That was my pocket magic. And I will also be making a little video of me doing the hand movement to the chant, and then we can upload that on socials.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
That's it.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's a good one. Also, I have a quick disclaimer. My cat might, if you hear any random meows, my cat might decide she wants to join in today's recording.
Very fine by that.
Because I thought she'd lie down and rest, but she's active.
She's on it today.
Yeah.
More than us, clearly.
Exactly. She actually had a good night's sleep. Anyway.
Nice.
Today's topic, thank you for the pocket magic, and today's topic is on friendship. And I think we started off with Googling the definition of friend and friendship. So I'll read those out to you. Well, the Britannica definition of a friend, is a person who you like and enjoy being with. Britannica, I can't say this word.
Britannica.
Britannica let me say that again. Britannica dictionary definition of friendship: a state of enduring affection, esteem, intimacy, and trust between two people.
Yeah, I mean,
that was right there, one of them.
It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? I don't know. I think it's like a super boring definition and it's quite simple, isn't it? I personally think at the end of the day, it's each person's own definition of friendship that really matters. And like what people individually need and look for in friendships. That's what kind of holds them together. But maybe that is what they're trying to say in that definition. I think when it comes to the two of us, I've always needed a friend who calls me out and holds me accountable. And you've really been that for me. But it was also the first time that really someone did that. Apart from my parents, but that doesn't really count. It's helped me like learn and grow a lot. And I think I've done that with you as well. So I think we've both grown and learned together. Right?
Yeah. I mean, what I find interesting is that normally I'm a very shy person who internalizes everything. But with you, I felt comfortable to call you out, not in an angry way, but more in a respectful, caring about our friendship way. Which, I mean, also resulted in you giving it back to me. And that, the first time, was a really hard pill to swallow, to be honest. And I mean, the only other person I kind of do that with is my older sister.
It's true. I love that we do that, though. And it is true that we have also found like a really wonderful way to give each other those hard truths. Like, yeah, it's difficult to hear, but also I think we deliver it, where we've learned to deliver it in a way that, you know, that tough love is, you know, accepted. And I think also because we call each other out and we keep each other accountable, and we're also way more likely to like stay in the friendship and stick it out and really work through issues, even if that feels really difficult at times. And I think that also kind of nicely segues me into the next part of the episode, which is friendships in which that might not be possible, or, you know, people don't really stick it out, and well, these friendships have ended, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I used to see it a lot on social media, that how when you get older, your friendship group gets smaller and smaller. And I never took it very seriously.
It's
but
true.
now looking over in the last few years, I have lost a few friends. And I think one of which was my first proper friend I made here in Paris. And it was about 2 years ago now. And she invited me to her joint birthday party with her new boyfriend. And at the time, I was working nights in a bar and I had a flu. So I just wasn't feeling 110%. So I sent her a message that I wasn't going to make it. And at the time, because I was in the bar, my work life pretty much revolved around people drinking and partying, which didn't really motivate me to go to the party, because obviously the atmosphere was very much the same as my everyday life, which she knew and she was aware of. But so I wished them all the best and hoped they'd have a wonderful night. The day after the party, I received a message saying I was a terrible friend and I never supported her new relationship, which came out of the blue for me. But I replied to her message trying to explain myself, asked her to please work on the friendship and sort this out with me, and she never replied. Yeah.
It sucks.
I suppose I really struggled and started questioning myself because of what she had accused me of. And for about the next year and a half, I questioned if I should reach out to her and try and sort this out. But I ended up not doing that.
I understand that. I guess it's, again, like everyone kind of has their own definition, don't they? And what this kind of sounds like is that maybe she just needed things that you weren't able to give at that time. And instead of like, you know, talking it through and figuring it out together, it very much sounds like maybe she got triggered by it, or, you know, I don't know. She obviously reacted, and not in a very caring or like understanding way. I had a very similar situation at some point with someone I had labeled as my best friend back in boarding school. And then after school, I moved back to Vienna and she was living in a different country as well. And we didn't talk as much because like life happens, and I'm also not the best when it comes to phone calls and stuff. And there was a bit of a lack of communication. And in retrospect, I feel like I probably could have been better, but it just also felt very natural that, like, you know, it was my first time working and my first time being out of school. So I wanted to like focus on my direct surroundings. Anyway, like she didn't really understand that, and it bothered her quite a bit. And I wasn't aware that it bothered her that much, and kind of out of the blue, or it felt out of the blue for me, she also cancelled the friendship, and she was just like, this isn't working for me. And then I think we tried to have a conversation about it. It was many years ago now, but the conversation was quite messy, and then we just ended up leaving it. And I don't really feel bad or guilty, and I didn't really have that reaction as you did. I didn't end up second guessing myself, but yeah, and I didn't really feel that bad at the time either. It felt more like she just needed something that I wasn't able to give her, and I can't be like mad about that. I'm not really sad about that either. It just, you kind of live, you know, different lives, and it sucks. and you move on, and eventually it just feels so distant and far away that it didn't really bother me anymore. Although recently I've been thinking about it more again. It doesn't bother me, but it's definitely something that's come up for me again. I do feel like it's, you know, healed, and I don't feel that bad about it anymore. And I'm sure it will for you too. I think for you it was more recent.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely moved on now. It just, I just needed a minute to process. But
that's fair.
I'm very happy and secure in the decision I made not to try and, not to try and fix it really. And
I mean, I think, you know, you said your things, and then she just never, she never replies.
At this, I can really push it and I can try, but it got to a point where I was like, I've kind of processed it. I've felt it. I've evolved. I have new people in my life now. It's really sad because I did care about her, but I felt the feelings.
That's fair.
And now I'm kind of secure and happy with the decision I made.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is just what people need and what you can give them. And sometimes those things just don't align. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, I think. It filters out the ones that you don't, necessarily need.
And that's true. And knowing when to step away or work on a friendship is always important too.
Yeah. Yeah. But it needs both sides to work on it as well, doesn't it? I think whenever we've had issues, it's both of us been like, we want to work through it. And if there's no reply from someone else and someone else is going, I don't want this anymore, then there's no need to work on it anymore. No, that's true. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's been something I've been questioning a lot lately. I guess also my diagnosis really brought up a lot back in May. And it was really interesting because I never really thought of it that way, but actually during the autism testings, it was a lot about relationships, and I had a lot of questions about friendships and relationships and how I relate to people. And I didn't realize that it was such a big deal, but it actually is. And for me, it was like how I relate to people, but I more specifically, I relate to people with labels. I'm not sure if that's going to make much sense, and it sounds kind of bad as well, I think, especially in a world where labels have become such a thing, and everyone's like, oh, but you have to label yourself, and other people are like, no, you don't. And I think that's a side note, that's not that important. But for me, labels have helped me kind of keep control in relationships or friendships, and not like control the other person, but control my relation to this relationship. I don't know, but in other words, it's helped me to understand my relationships, and I'm trying to kind of question that and break through that more and more. And one of those examples, that's a very obvious example that if you're close to me, you've probably noticed this, is that label of a best friend. I have been struggling with that for like as long as I can remember. And in school, I used to have different best friends every few years. And not because like I ditched them and move on to the next, not really. It's just people would move away or I'd change schools. Like life just naturally happened, and I would just attach myself to a person and then focus completely on them and give them like all my time and energy, and then that person might go or I might leave, and then I just find a new person and then just restarted the whole process. And I think some of that is as well that I get very overwhelmed in groups. And it's much easier for me to like be on one-on-one with people. So I just, I get attached to this one person, just feel so much more secure in that than, and then being in a group, because I didn't always quite know how to function in a group or who to be in a group or how to be. yeah, maybe part of that was also the whole media. There's like the one best friend, and I don't know. But whatever it is and wherever it comes from, it's definitely not been a very healthy thing that I do. And I do call you my best friend, and I've been calling you my best friend for a couple of years now. And I think I'm a lot more careful with it now. Just not because of the label itself, more about my own feelings and thoughts behind that label and the connotations I put into that and the pressure I put into that label as well. So I'm just trying, rather like I'm trying to just always use that label. I'm trying to just feel it, and like what does that even mean to me, rather than all these like connotations and expectations.
It does make sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, okay. I get what you're trying to say.
Because I'm trying to feel it in the sense of like, I love spending time with you, and I'll like be on the phone with you for hours, and I love it, and I love you. And then I have friends here in Vienna, and I can like see them regularly, and I can laugh with them and just be with them, and I love that too. And I have a friend whom I only ever really voice message with, and I see her a couple times a year, but it's just when we see each other, it's like super deep and just meaningful conversations. And I feel very held by her in a very different way than I feel held by you. And I that's been really like feeling that, and feeling every single one of the people and like the groups I'm with and what they give me is been really nice. So that's what I think with like feeling, rather than just calling them what they are. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. And, but yeah, so by trying to like step away from those labels and these ideas of relationship dynamics that I've never really fully grasped or understood, I'm just allowing the relationships to blossom and be as they are, and not like need or want them to be. So I'll just like accept whatever you can give me and just allow that into my life and really love that. And whatever someone else can give and, give me, I'll just accept that and hold that. And I am like gaining everything I need by just allowing the other person to be whoever they are, and for me to just take them as they are and as is.
Not having expectations of the friendship.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I know it sounds maybe like a bit of an easy concept to other people, but it's been like a very new thing for me. And it's been a bit of a like wow moment. But as a side note, I have been applying this idea and concept to my relationship with my own biological father and my stepdad, and it's completely like changed our relationships, and it's really worked. And it's just, so it's not just friendships, it's also
oh wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect ending up here, but I think we might have to go into a whole nother therapy session. And I'm not your therapist, I'm just your best friend, but we'll keep that one for another episode maybe. But I suppose I get what you're saying about kind of taking the person as they are, and not putting the kind of label and the aspect and the what we see on social media and society, what that person, that figure is meant to, the historic, just taking them as they are and accepting that. I think that will really kind of make your personal kind of life easier. How you just accepting them how they are and not expecting them to change, and not expecting them to be someone else.
Yeah. And just meeting them wherever they are. And then sometimes that aligns, and that's wonderful, and beautiful friendships blossom out of that. And sometimes that doesn't quite align, and then friendships end, and that's not necessarily a bad thing either. So I think also if I had done this much earlier and applied this concept much, much earlier in my life, I think I wouldn't have had specific friendships for as long as I did. And would have probably noticed which ones were good for me and which ones weren't a lot earlier. But I guess it's all just, it's a learning process.
I mean, I've had a few best friends in my time, some of which I see a lot less now. But I still have a lot of care for them. But I would consider you my best friend. not in a way that you're above the other friendships I have, just you're a vital part of my support system.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I agree. And I think I can really learn from that mentality as well. It's just, there's not the one and only. There's the really close ones. And I think every one of them is different. And the vital part of the support system is a very good sentence, I think. You are a vital part of my support system too.
I mean, when you gave me the best friend label back when we were living together, I remember feeling honored, but I also had a bit of an ominous, you tell me how to say that, feeling,
Ominous.
because I'd been a bystander when your best friendships, in quotation marks, had fallen apart in the past. And I think over the years, we have evolved and grown to a point when we have conflict, we can communicate through it. And that ominous, I can't say the word, fill in the blank,
Ominous.
feeling
You're
has
fine.
gone away. Ominous. Ominous feeling has gone away.
Yeah, that's good. I get it. Yeah, like I said earlier, is that best friend person in my life has changed a few times, especially in the last 15 years. And it's something I'm finally looking at and becoming aware of, and, trying to just see how I can make that healthy. And it's funny because actually it feels really different with you. Because I know I gave you that label as well, but it feels very different this time. Because what's the word? It's that compulsiveness isn't there. That compulsive need to call you my best friend and just you and become so obsessed almost. I really don't have that with you. I like that. It feels very, I don't know, I just can be myself with you, and I can lay back, and I have a lot of trust that we can, work through things. And I've loved seeing our friendship evolve in that way. And through those, situations. And that compulsiveness and that compulsive need is really not there anymore. And it feels very freeing, because I can now use the label of that's my best friend, without feeling like she is the one and only.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I do call you by my best friend. But yeah, it's not that you're the one and only best friend out there.
Exactly.
I think it's more, I use it as a term of endearment. Also, so other people kind of know, okay, yeah, she's a really important friend. Yeah. So it's the term of endearment that I use it as, not the kind of compulsive, I can only talk to my best friend. I only have one. Because I definitely have other friends, best friends. I don't really label the one and only,
friends.
but
yeah,
I think I use it as a term of endearment. I also have best friends, have best friend groups. So it's
I guess it kind of just shows the closeness, but it doesn't necessarily mean, there is only one. I thought you could only ever have one. And I think that's what messed me up over all these years. And that's where I got so confused. Because there were all these other people that I care so deeply about, that are so important to me, that give me so much. But then I'm only supposed to have that one person that fills everything. It's a little bit like a marriage, I guess, or having a husband or a partner, or being in a relationship in a romantic sense. Is people think that person needs to give you everything. And I really don't think that's possible. I think that's why you have friends, because this one person is giving you something, but then also other people are also giving you other things that you also need. And having a healthy balance of different people and different relationships, I think, is really important. I've known you for a really long time now, and being able to work through things and talk about things, and having faith that we can just talk about anything, and knowing you well, and when I can say my opinions and when they might not be needed, and that kind of I guess fine-tuned dance that we're able to dance, that I think that's trust and time that we've built over many years. And I really love kind of doing that with you. And I think we've gotten into a groove, which is it's nice. I like that. I think it was also living together that helped with that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it, because that's kind of how I feel as well. That kind of fine tuning that we've done over the years. And I think I relate to you. I understand how you function. Like, you're struggling with something, and we had this conflict in the summer. Well, we didn't have a conflict. We were driving in the car. No, it was conflict. You had a conflict. That's what I was trying to say. We were driving in a car, and it was me. You were driving. I
was driving.
I was trying to. That was boyfriend. You driving. That was your boyfriend sitting in the front next to you, and I was sitting in the back. And it was raining, and the windscreen wipers were like squeaking, and it was really distracting you for you, and you just couldn't focus on driving, and you were just getting more and more agitated. And your boyfriend was just trying to logically explain to you that there's nothing you can do about it, and like, it's fine, it's not a big deal. And I just go, just put on some music so like we don't hear it as much. And like, I just kind of got you and your way of thinking on what you need. That I think has been
because I got really agitated by him not giving me a solution. And I got so like into that kind of like, it's getting so frustrating, I can't think clearly. And then you from the back, you were just like, put on some music. I was like, this is the smartest thing ever. Like, you're a genius.
Yeah, and I think that just comes from, I know how you function and I know what helps you.
Yeah. I have this group of friends here in Vienna that I'm only recently part of. And they've really adopted me. It's very cute. And I'm really grateful for it. And I love doing things with them. And I know one of them for a lot longer time period now, but the others I'm kind of getting to know again or getting to know now. And I do feel myself getting very like nervous at times. I know it's a little silly, and I'm sure they'll listen to this and kind of, laugh at me a little bit and tell me not to worry about it. But part of me is slightly stressed, and maybe that's the fact that it's a group setting, because the one-on-one is easier for me.
That's the autism.
But also because
it's the autism brain.
It is. It's scary, and it's new, and it is quite, it's but I think it's also a time thing. Like, once I get to know them better and once I've been with them more, I can really build that. But sure, it's also like the group situation is tricky as well. By the way, do you struggle with that? Like, do you have that in group settings?
Yeah, I mean, or
is that just me?
No, I mean, yeah, I do struggle with that. And I mean, I'm the queen of slow and steady wins the race when it comes to friendships. As my social anxiety is very strong in big groups, and meeting new people as well. But I too have felt a lot more secure in a friendship group that I became a part of in the last 3 years. But it's really also taken me time to build that security. But now I feel like I have a place in it, and they also, it's part of my boyfriend's friendship group. And we've just been hanging out a lot more with them. And they also now invite me. One of the friends started inviting me separately to my boyfriend. So he'd always invite my boyfriend, but then he'd also send me a message. He wouldn't invite me as a +1 to him. He would also invite me.
Like, you're also invited as a friend.
Which is really sweet. And I think I also brought some traditions to that friendship group. I now, because of me, they have a birthday dinner for each person in that friendship group every time there is a birthday. And I introduced that to them. I mean, I just started organizing it for my boyfriend. I always invited them. And then my boyfriend started organizing that for another one. And it just kind of evolved like that. And then also my last birthday, my 26th birthday, they did one for me. And I was like, I just wasn't expecting it, because it was his friends. And
it's nice that it comes back.
Yeah. And so since then, I think.
But I guess it is like, it's time, and like, you have to just be patient with it and just.
But I've just felt more and more
slow and
secure
steady.
in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm sure that's gonna like happen as well. And like I'm still learning that slow and steady is good. I'm usually not very
So
slow
you're very
and steady.
impatient.
I am very impatient. But I think you're right, and I think it's something that I can definitely learn, and more of a recent situation for me. But you know, it's processing that as well, or it's a good learning process. Yeah, there we go. Another processing away. This time, the process of friendships. Maybe that should be the title.
I thought I was like, I've been
realized.
thinking this whole time. I'm like, what can we do as a title? And that's a good one. I'll write it down.
The process of friendships. There you go. But yeah, I really don't think we talk enough about that, to be honest. So I'm really glad we did today. Thank you for that.
With pleasure, my love. And maybe you, dear listener chum,
nice.
quoting Miranda Hart out there, can also relate to this topic.
I would love to know how many people actually know Miranda Hart, by the way.
Every English.
But talking about wait. Sorry, I know. You can explain in a second. But you just mentioned Miranda, and I got really excited because like this morning I just saw that Devil Wears Prada 2 teaser is out. So we need to watch it. And also I feel like that's a really good relationship to like dissect at some point, just like make it fit into the episode.
Yeah, that's an intense one. But it's fictional. So I don't know how much we need to go into it as well.
Dissect.
But definitely looking forward to that movie coming out. It's been what? How many years in the making?
20 years.
Wow.
20 years since the last one came out.
Crazy. Wait a minute.
It's insane.
When did it come out?
2005.
Really?
Just
wow.
20 years.
I thought I was a lot older when it came out.
Literally 20th anniversary. They're now bringing out the second one.
Cool. Still looking forward to it. It's one of those movies. Although you might need to come to Paris to watch it, because I don't think I can convince my boyfriend to go with me.
No, that's a good point. We'll figure out. We'll definitely watch it together. Anyway, love that. So there you go. And then Miranda Hart.
I thought you'd forgotten about that.
No, of course not.
Miranda Hart.
I know how important
Miranda Hart is a English comedian. I think she was very big in the kind of 2010s, 2012s, that era. She stepped a little bit away. She had some health issues, but she still writes books and has an audio book, and refers to her listeners as dear listener chum. And I've always loved that. Again, a little English coming out. Could definitely recommend her. Go check her out. Go check out her books. She also had a fantastic BBC series called Miranda. She lives in her own world. It's brilliant. But she also shines a brilliant light and lets you in. Could definitely recommend. Would definitely recommend.
I think I need to also check it out.
Don't actually know where you can see it. You used to be able to see it on the BBC, but I don't know if you can still see it there. Anywho, I think with that...
Thank you.
Thank
you for listening.
We love you and we leave you.
And until next week.
Lots of love. Take care. Bye.
Bye.